Hello everyone, thanks for coming outside with me today. Today I'd like to go over 5 things that you should be doing now to prepare you and your bow for the upcoming season. Let me start off by saying that all of these go a lot smoother and a lot easier and a lot less head scratching on your part if you shoot your bow year round. A bow that is maintained and taken care of and is in tune with you for more than just 3-4 months out of the year during that season, or maybe a 3D course or two. That bow is going to be able to be maintained easier. You're going to be more in tune with that bow, how it shoots, and you'll be able to know if something's starting to go out of whack. So the first things first is checking your string and cables. In particular, if you just kind of sit your bow in a case for many months out of the year, you have no idea what's happening to it while it's in there. And also, not to mention, we forget how much our bows take a beating during the season. So going over ensuring that all of your servings are tight, that the area underneath the serving where you knock your arrow to your string is not getting worn down too much and then potentially dangerously, that areas that go around cams and modules aren't experiencing wear and serving separation, and if they are, they need to be replaced. People often ask, how often should I change my string and cables? For somebody like me, I shoot quite often. I shoot year round. I shoot all for indoor, a couple 3D courses, then definitely all of hunting season, and I change my string and cables every 2, at most 3 years. If you notice that any point, at any time, any part of your string has been cut by a broadhead or by a briar or something in the woods, you need to get that string or cable replaced immediately, as that could pose a potential threat to your bow and, of course, you. The second thing is, if you're not going to replace your string and cables, is ensuring that your bow is in time and that your tiller is set correctly. These are very easy things to address. If you're shooting a single cam bow, make sure that the string and cable are going through the appropriate witness marks. If you shoot a dual cam, hybrid cam, or binary cam system, ensure that your string stops or limb stops are hitting at the same time. This is easier if you have a draw board, or if you don't, you can just draw your bow back and look and see where they are touching the string and cables, the draw stops that is. Or if you have somebody that can help you out, they can take a peek for you while you're at full draw. Tiller is also a really easy thing to address. Just take a measuring tape and measure off of some specific point on the limb pocket on both ends of the bow and adjust it to the front end of the string. Make sure that that distance is even or pretty darn close, definitely within a 1/16 to a 32nd of an inch. If it is, you're good to go. You want your center shot to be roughly 13/16 measured from the burger button hole on the riser, and you want your knock height to be roughly the arrow running dead center through the burger button hole, perpendicular at a 9-degree angle to the bottom of the string. Both of these are easily achieved with the aid of a T-square or bow square, as they'll help you get the exact distance from the burger button hole from the riser, as well as getting that exact 9-degree angle from the string. The last thing is ensuring that all screws on your bow are tight. Not too tight so that they don't come out, but that they're tight enough that they're not going to have any parts come loose. Also, as a bonus tip, you definitely want to make sure that all screws that are coming in contact with the aluminum riser are not seized up. Aluminum risers and steel set screws just don't mix together, and particularly going from hot to cold to hot to cold and sitting inside of the threads all season long. So I always, at the end of the season, the beginning of the season, I take out all the steel screws that go to the rest, the sight, the quiver brackets, and so on and so forth. I take them all out and make sure they're not seized in there, they're not rusting in there or causing any damage to the bow. Then I take my string wax that I would use for my string and cables, and I would add that to the threads of the screw. Then I would screw those back into the rest, into the sight, and into the quiver plate, and that would ensure that I get a watertight seal, but also that they're able to back out. And they won't back out too easy, I promise, but they're also able to back out at the end of the season so I can clean anything that might get in there. The fifth and final tip for you is you need to start thinking about buying extra components. They're a cheap, easy safety net to keep your arrows going throughout the entire season. So I always buy extra inserts for my arrows, field points, and plenty of nocks in several different colors, in fact. You never know when an arrow is going to hit something hard or go through a critter, pass through and hit a rock on the other side and bend an insert, break a point, or definitely lose a few nocks. So I always like to have several of these in several different colors on hand, so that way I'm always able to replace it immediately and that arrow is ready to go back in the quiver and back out into the field. So I hope this video was informative for you, and I hope it gets you better prepared for this upcoming season. I hope you're able to get outside, enjoy the sport of archery, and archery hunting if you so choose. Definitely enjoy God's beautiful creation, and we'll get to see you next time.